Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and today I have a review of Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. Homegoing, it tells the tale of two sisters and their subsequent generations after one is married off to a white man and one is sold into slavery. This book is talked about a lot. I first heard about it on LitHub last year when they were talking about the 25 top debuts or top fiction by African writers, and bought it immediately. I've had it since, was it June? I've had this book for a very long time now, and I didn't read it until last week when the UK edition has come out, which just proves I could have waited. But I really wanted to own this book, and I am exceptionally glad that I own this book because Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi is an amazing book. Only allowing one chapter per character per generation worried me because I've seen authors try it before and it hasn't worked, and yet here the writer was able to make me feel for characters after only knowing them for a few pages. And I read this book in one sitting, and at the end of it I was emotional. I felt for this book in a really big way. This is an amazing piece of fiction. It is a brilliant narrative and a great way of storytelling. This takes us through every struggle that black people have had since in the 1700s until present day. It's not to say this book doesn't have its moments of light, and it doesn't say that this book doesn't have its hopeful moments, but it's an incredibly powerful book in the way that Gyasi writes. I like reading these stories about families, and I enjoyed having a different character per chapter because you still got to see what the other characters were doing with their lives, but it also allowed you a lot of different perspectives of what was going on in the world and people's differing opinions, and how children can be a lot different than their ancestors, and how decisions made can influence our descendants and not necessarily in a good way, and it can lead to opinions being made about our descendants that aren't necessarily their fault, that are the fault of their parents, but they are unable to lose this accusation. I'm trying not to spoil things here, but if you read the book then you will understand. And the prose is just brilliant. It is astounding to read, and no character voice felt similar to any other character voice, and we got to see a great many different walks of life. We saw more well-off people left in Africa with the sister who was married off to a white man, but then you see that this wasn't necessarily the best decision for her, and then you see the sister that she didn't even know about being sold off into American slavery, and you saw them having these conversations about slavery, about racism, about how even though slavery was abolished, it didn't automatically reset things and it didn't automatically make things right. And it makes it a book that, although there is a large cast of characters, you feel for each one individually. Gyasi has written a great book with a cast of characters that I felt great love for, and I am extremely pleased to have read this book. I don't really know what else to say about this book other than it is brilliant, as everyone has said it is, and that I completely jumped on to another bandwagon, and I tell everyone to believe the hype about this book because it is a breathtaking work and Gyasi is a genius. If you have any questions about this book, please ask them in the comments section, and until next time, that is all.